Hello, welcome to another Marketing Chit Chat. I am Laura Garino and I am scheduling out guest visitors for 2022. So if you have a zone of genius that you'd like to share on Marketing Chit Chat every Wednesday at 11 a.m., I would love to have you on to share your expertise with our small business owner, operator, and marketing people. That's our audience. So if you'd like to join me next year, any Wednesday, let me know, and I'd love to have you on. Anyway, so today we are talking about small business marketing tools. What is your MarTech stack? I would love to hear in the comments what you guys all use and what you love, some of your favorites. Today I was just going to share about a few of my favorites, and I'm like to keep it relatively basic because there's basically three things, right? So everybody wants to either gain more brand awareness, they want a bigger audience, a broader audience, or a deeper connection with their audience, or they want lead generation, right? Lead generation for B2B sales or lead generation for membership websites, or, right, this is kind of a direct selling sort of thing. They either want direct sales for lead generation or direct sales on an e-commerce website. So the one thing that they all have in common is traffic. So every one of those wants or those focus goals for your business marketing is that you want more traffic to your website for different reasons, right? But that is what the kind of common denominator is. And since you're listening today, I had to make some assumptions so I could get this smaller, because every single right business person, right, who wants growth is looking could have a different marketing stack. So it could get super specific, and I didn't want to make it too complicated. So I'm going to focus on the part where everyone wants more traffic. Therefore, I'm hoping, my assumption is that you are already using email marketing. You are already using some type of search engine optimization efforts, right? Whether that is on the technology side, or website on-site technology side, or that is link building, right? What you're doing outreach to get more websites, more people to kind of point to you and see you as an authority online. Or you are doing, direct content generation, content marketing to help with your visibility online. So all of this has to do with search engine optimization and gaining more traffic, even though the goals could be different, those few different ones that we talked about before. So that's what my assumption is for today, to talk about the marketing stack. Sorry, that was kind of long around that, but so email marketing. So, okay, so my other assumption is you've got the basics down. You're probably using Google Analytics, Google Docs, Google Forms, Google, spreadsheets, so that you don't have to do everything yourself. When you outsource something or when you share the responsibility, you have easy ways to share that knowledge and those tools and the things that you need to work together to make this work. So that's my assumptions about what you are working on. So to the tools, I do think, so some of my favorites, if you don't know what you are doing at all, you are, a business owner and you're like, oh my God, digital marketing, I know it's important, but I have no idea how to put all the pieces and the parts together, then I recommend kind of an all-in-one similar to HubSpot or HubSpot, really. So HubSpot has a great all-in-one sort of marketing tool for people who do not know what they're doing. That's my kind of number one. For unknown, right? So when I put these together, I never use HubSpot. But when I help people who are going to build their own team who does not have that kind of integration knowledge, then I want them to use something that's easy. If you grow out of it, right, that's a kind of a different story, but it's okay to absolutely start with HubSpot and get all the training from them. They have great resources, training, tools, people, consultants, like we had Caitlin on once, right? So all these people to help. When you outgrow that, it's a different story. So here's a couple of my other favorite tools. So for email marketing, I do think you can start with still MailChimp. If you outgrow MailChimp, you will probably either go to Active Campaign or you will go to Klaviyo, depending on your if you have e-commerce or if you're kind of you're not e-commerce, right? So not e-commerce is probably going to move to Active Campaign. There's so many out there, but that's a great automation tool with a bunch of bells and whistles when you do outgrow MailChimp, which is actually pretty hard to do. And then Klaviyo is for e-commerce. It kind of makes that connection for email marketing. It also has SMS text marketing included, and for when you're selling goods online, right, e-commerce, it makes that connection between the buyer cart, right, the cart, whatever the people are buying, their behaviors, and email. For social media, which social media is part of the mix for search engine optimization when you are trying to build new audiences and gain new traffic. It's not like a 50%er, but it's definitely part of the mix. So most people are starting with Hootsuite. When they outgrow Hootsuite, they could use Buffer, which is a little more expensive, but it's really pretty great. These are scheduling tools and to help you do social media better. If we're talking about the content side of social media, people are usually using Canva, and this helps you create those images, right? And put the words on the images to make it super, to kind of build your look and feel around what you're doing. Canva's easy, free. It hasn't upgraded, like everything else, like every other marketing tool. There's usually a free plan, and then you can upgrade when you need extra, and then you move on when you've outgrown it. But most small businesses that I'm working with, Canva is absolutely fine. If they have a designer that works on their team or their staff, then the designer can choose their own type of platform to use. But for people that are not designers, Canva is a decent tool to use. Also around content, if you are working on content marketing, in order to either lead generation or build more traffic, right? Search engine optimization, kind of one of those efforts inside of search engine optimization. I love BuzzSumo. BuzzSumo it does two things. So it does a lot of things, but it's one way to find the most popular content online. From when you find the most popular content, what's popular already, right? When you find what's popular already, you can design your own content strategy around what's already popular. You find the most popular article in what is important to you, right? Your keywords, what your audience wants to know and learn and see what they type in, right? How you can connect with them. So once you learn what's most popular already, you just find that article and you write one that's 10 times better or 10 times more current or 10 times more something, right? So that yours becomes the most popular and you can gain traffic off of that. You can also do outreach, right, when you're link building to that original author and say, hey, I have update for you if you'd like to include it at the end of your article, because there's always something more, always something to update, always something more option. So BuzzSumo lets you know what's online. Another something, if you don't, so BuzzSumo is pretty cheap too. For small businesses. It does have a little bit of free, but you run out of your free pretty quick if you use it a lot and you build a lot of content. But it helps in that area. If you outgrow just that, right, and you're looking to do more on content and search engine optimization, my favorite search engine optimization tools are Ahrefs and SEMrush. They do very similar things, but if you have Ahrefs, you don't also need BuzzSumo. It'll do something very similar for you. Those also give you competitive information on pay-per-click advertising, all the way through social media advertising, not just social media, organic. A lot of really good information on the analytics and understanding the behavior, and also making the connection to the people behind and keeping track of your link building and the outreach that you're doing there. Oh, again, outreach. If you don't get to Ahrefs and SEMrush, an outreach tool that I love is called BuzzStream. It's kind of like a PR tool for link building, but it keeps everything in one. It also helps you find influencers. It also helps you find writers. It also helps you find those articles that are important or popular, similar to BuzzSumo. So you don't need both of those either, one or the other. So we're kind of stuck on, I got stuck on content. So for search engine optimization as well, a really easy free tool is Yoast to have on your website. If you're curious about, like, what do I do for titles, and do meta descriptions even matter anymore, and what about headers, and how is my website performing according to how the search engines might see it technically, Yoast is a good thing to have as a plugin on your website. I am pretty sure they have other, not just WordPress, options for Yoast on your website to help you do on-site search engine optimization, which helps to increase visibility, which helps to increase traffic overall. Did I talk about, if you outgrow HubSpot, I don't know if I mentioned it, but if you outgrow HubSpot, Marketo is another great tool. If you outgrow Google Analytics, there's all kinds of options there, but that'll take a long time. Kind of an in-between, for me, is what I like, is called Kissmetrics. It helps to make the connection, just like Marketo does, helps to make the connection between the efforts that you're doing and your financials. So it gives you the ROI. It also helps you make that connection between who is this person on my website and how do I find them off of the website, right? It helps with those details around who is visiting, their behavior, their IP, sometimes like what company they are working for. It depends on a lot of factors, but sometimes you get really detailed information around who is on your website. Oh, another one around that. What is that one called? I forgot. Oh my gosh, it's out of the Mediterranean. Oh, so good. If somebody thinks of it, let me know. It has a heat map. So it's similar to Neil Patel's heat map tool, but it includes all the analytics and helps to make that connection between what's happening on your website and the efforts you're doing and the ROI that it's bringing. So that's kind of a critical piece. If you do that all by yourself, you're really pulling your data, and you're having to do everything individually. Data, bringing into an Excel sheet. Here's my return that I think I got, right? Here's all the work that I put into it. What's the ROI? So that's a lot of hard work, which we've had to do for a long time, but there are tools that can help you do that if you're interested. And I definitely recommend it. On the PM side, the project management side, so people love, in my space, they love Airtable because it has all kinds of integrations. Again, you want to integrate with all of your financials, docs, operational tools, all of the marketing tools that you're already using can be integrated into a lot of these project management tools, but not all of them. But the Airtable has a visual side, and I think that's why most marketers really do like it. But there's also Asana. All of these have free options as well and let you upgrade. There's Asana. I like Trello, Slack, and then Monday. So that's kind of, that's it. So if you know nothing and you don't really have a good, a full experienced team to put everything together for you, definitely try HubSpot. If you've got a few things going already, right, and traffic is important to you, so look at some of those tools that I mentioned for the search engine optimization. This is after email marketing, right? You need to be doing email marketing. You need to be doing some kind of search visibility if this is what matters to you. And I assume since you're listening today, digital marketing is part of your repertoire. So after that, the Ahrefs, SEMrush, Kissmetrics, BuzzStream, BuzzSumo, Marketo, ActiveCampaign, right? Buffer. All of those things come after you have Google Analytics set up. You're basically using, Google Docs and everything that's free already. When it gets to be too much, so I can help. But a lot of other people can too, because sometimes if they're not talking to each other, then you need to get some help. You need to get someone who can integrate these tools with each other so that you're not duplicating efforts at any moment. These are meant to be efficient and effective and help you to measure what you're doing so that you know, geez, I'm going to double down on this or I'm going to stop doing this. So when it gets to be too much, and they're kind of like separate, then there's a problem when you need to do some integration work. But I hope that's it. Thank you for joining me. Again, if you want to be on ChitChat in 2022, any Wednesday, I would love to hear what you want to talk about and we'll work it out. You can reach me on my website. You can reach me on LinkedIn. You can reach me even on YouTube now. Thanks. See you later, everyone.